I came from the bottom. Oh yeah, and I don't wanna see it again. Oh, I came from the bottom. Never looking down as I ascend. I came from the bottom. Oh, I don't wanna see it again. Oh, I came from the bottom. Oh yeah, I came from the bottom. Breaking through the ceiling. I'm so high that I can feel it. I'ma give my mama $1 million.
Blue, we talking about CBD. My brother, tell me what exactly you doing, because you making monumental steps, you and the brother Tariq. What's going on in the whole world of CBD, and what are you doing, my brother?
Yeah, CBD is experiencing a monumental boom. For the first time in a long time, this particular molecule is seeing the light. You know, the medical research behind this particular molecule in the cannabis plant, the cannabinoid, the research is now surfacing that speaks specifically to the medicinal properties of what we always hear about marijuana. When dudes be like, yo, I'm self-medicating, you know what I'm saying? I need that therapy.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And states are telling you that they're going medicinal with their marijuana. They're talking about the CBD percentage in the plant. There's one plant, which is the cannabis sativa, and then there's 2 levels on it, or 2 levers, if you will. As a musician, think about the bass and the treble. You know, think about it in terms like
okay,
that,
I can relate to that.
right?
Okay.
So the more that you turn up the bass of the THC, that's the loud, right? So the plant is louder. When you turn it down and you turn up the CBD receptors, or the CBD aspect of, you know, the percentages of that particular plant, then you have something that's a lot more mellowed out, right? Treble, they're balancing it out, so it's not as loud. You
So
feel
our
me?
culture's THC heavy right now, because them 808s.
Our culture's
Them
pure
808s.
pure
Straight
THC,
808.
pure THC,
Based out.
no CBD, right?
No CBD.
No CBD. Shout out to our brother Supernova Slums, who talks about hip hop healing, you know. So the CBD aspect, bringing those levels up in the music and the culture and society, it would also render our society, our culture, and our music more healing, right? So we're bringing the information about this particular breakthrough, this medical breakthrough, where this plant has received the necessary research to qualify it as a miracle plant, right? And the cannabis sativa plant in general is something referred to as the hemp plant. Indigenously here, it's referred to as Indian hemp. Shout out to my brother Amir Khalif El Bey, right? Chief Red Wolf, and he has written a book called The Indigenous History of Hemp, and it speaks about all of the industrious indigenous history of us. We have a symbiotic relationship tied to this plant. It arrived with us in 1619 in Jamestown, Virginia. When we arrived here, when those of us who did arrive here on boats, we actually arrived with our own strain of hemp, and the immediate legislation and criminalization of the plant took place the same year and in the same place that we arrived, in Jamestown, Virginia. In the year 1619, they started legalization around them attempting to domesticate, right, this very wild plant, the same way that they started attempts to domesticate these very wild people.
Hey, speak on it.
So, ironically, they would use the fusion of which they're saying that that undomesticated plant is making these Negroes wacky. So they called it wacky weed, and they had an entire movement of which they incorporated the unbridled and unhinged African as well as the Mexican, and the threat that both entities represented on white female sexuality in the South at the time, because they said that these niggas are smoking weed and the women is gonna get horny, you understand, and you know what's gonna come out of that. Brown fucking children. So that Reefer Madness campaign Oh, my bad. The Reefer Madness campaign was initiated by a gentleman known as Dirty Harry, Anslinger. At the time after Prohibition was finished, the bureaus needed to find new boogeymen so they could get funding, so they could ramp up criminalization of people's lifestyle, because they couldn't do it to alcohol anymore, and they couldn't do it to tobacco. So because cannabis represented a double threat, a triple threat for that matter, you know, but on the side of industry and on the side of creativity, right? So the marijuana on the side of creativity, because the jazz musicians were now utilizing cannabis and tapping into unheard of notes and finding freedom in the music. And then on the side of industry, machinery had just been created, which would now allow them to revolutionize the process of processing hemp. So it no longer is attached to the laborious task, because when they brought us over here, we were not initially picking cotton. We were picking hemp, right, and tobacco. That's what the cash crops over here was. So they had created a machine that, you know, was able to 10x that process. And that machine would have threatened the newly emerging petrochemical industry, which was relying upon them having a stronghold on industry, especially as it pertained to fuel, to energy, right? Hemp ethanol fuel would have knocked out oil out the box, and it would have knocked out paper out the box. So Hearst and DuPont put the bread up, right, for a banker to holler at his legislative relative, who was Anslinger, to become the face, and they utilized black male sexuality to demonize the plant, and was able to criminalize it in 37 with the Tax Act.
Yes, sir. Tax Act, baby. That's how that went down, man. You know. Oh, by the way, man, I'm Tariq Bey, Smoke and Grow Rich, Smoke and Grow Rich Tours. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram.
What's Smoke and Grow Rich, my brother?
Yo, Smoke and Grow Rich Tours, man. So basically, man, we help entrepreneurs, minorities, women, you know what I'm saying, people who got a disadvantage get into the cannabis space. You dig what I'm saying? Because, you know, when we went to 420 Denver, Colorado in 2015, when they legalized, you know, recreational marijuana, man, we saw lines wrapped around the building, you know what I'm saying? People out there, I mean, they were stacking crazy money, man. But when I looked at the lines, man, we were the customers. You know, when I looked on the other side of the counter, I didn't see any of us on the other side. I seen mountains of cash being stacked, you know, 7 feet safes being stacked with cash, safes bigger than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, you know, where our people at? And so I'm like, how do I learn the game? So I started asking questions, and it was like, look, man, it's gonna take you 30 grand just to talk to us. So
who said
you know,
that?
That's we talked to some, you know, to some consultants in the game. You
right,
know what
right.
I'm saying? People that already doing business out there. You know, Denver, Colorado's the Silicon Valley of weed at the time. You know what I'm saying? So these consultants was like, yo, it's 30 grand just to talk to us.
Just to talk.
So I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? That's a lot of bread, but I used to read this book all the time, Think and Grow Rich. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's familiar with self-help, you know, even though it's out Napoleon Hill, it's our sciences, you know what I'm saying? I game recognized game, but I'm reading it, and there's a chapter about the mastermind. So the mastermind says, you know, you get a group of people with the like mind, they come together for a particular goal, and they make it happen. I said, cool. So I adopted the name Think and Grow Rich based upon that principle. I got a mastermind, found some entrepreneurs, hustlers, people that wanted to make money in this cannabis space. We all got together, we pulled our bread, we called it a tour, we divided that $30,000 fee amongst each other, and we went to Colorado. And my brother Blue Pill was instrumental in making that happen last year. You know, we did it 420, we made history, we pulled it off. So it ain't no gimmicks, we made it happen. But at the end of the tour, you start running into these roadblocks. Hell, you gotta have $2 million in the bank. You know, just for an application. You know what I'm saying? A $10,000.
They told you $2 million?
$2 million.
Liquid, yeah.
Liquid. Just sitting there. You
liquid,
can't
just
even.
sitting
You can't. Yeah, just
It's
sitting.
not entertaining nothing. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, just sitting there.
You gotta
Wait,
pay a
no,
$10,000.
I need to. I don't want there to be. Why did they tell you this? Because what was you trying to do where they told you this?
Well, if you're trying to open a dispensary.
A dispensary. They said you have to have $2 million.
$2 million. That's just some states. Some states is $10 million. You know what I'm saying? Some states is $2 million. It's always in the end.
$10,000 application fee.
10,000 applications.
And if you miss the opportunity to dot the I, cross the T, you lose your bread. Cash gone.
No refund.
No refund.
No refund.
That's just the application fee. That don't have nothing to do with you setting foot inside of the industry. Just to be heard, just to be considered, it's gonna cost you 10 grand.
These are some
Just to
hella
sit there.
obstacles.
Yes.
These are some like.
Thank you.
We learned
Strategical.
quickly. We learned
Strategical.
quickly, man, that the game was rigged.
Exactly.
Rigged.
Game is rigged.
You know what I'm saying?
The
It
fight's
was rigged
rigged.
on both
We
sides.
need to do a lecture on
It
that
was
called "The
rigged.
Game Is Rigged."
The
game
fight
is
fits.
rigged.
That's
Woo,
right.
that's a
rigged.
lecture.
So,
That's it.
I'm like, damn, what
Oh
going on?
shit!
But this cannabis, this green rush was going on, and we on the silence since we can't get them because of capital. That was a major thing. So we found out about this thing called the Farm Bill. 2018 Farm Bill passed by your boy Teflon, the Don, Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
He passed this thing called
Real
the Farm
Queens
Bill.
nigga.
Under the Farm Bill, it decriminalized industrial hemp, cannabis sativa, industrial hemp. Now the difference between industrial hemp and marijuana is the THC count.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
So
it.
basically, if the THC count, and it's the same plant,
Levels.
it's the same plant. But in this plant, if the THC is under 0.3%, then it's considered industrial hemp, and you can rock with it in all 50 states. You can transport it, you can do what you need to do with it. You can sell it, you don't have to have you gotta have a license to grow it, but it ain't hard to get. The barriers of entry ain't that high. You dig what I'm saying? So we found out about this Farm Bill, and we said, okay, we're gonna use this industrial hemp, or this hemp game, and then stack our money over here, and if we want to play over here, we can do that. So that's what we was out here doing. So, you know, basically you see us around the country, we educate plant cannabis, not just marijuana, but CBD.
Cannabis.
But the funny thing is, when we started studying this plant, you know, we was just like, everybody hearing about CBD. When we start actually learning about this plant, we learned about, damn, we got something called an endocannabinoid system. They just discovered this. An endocannabinoid system, we got a system in our body that's directly related to this plant.
Okay.
And there ain't no Hennessy system in our body.
No.
We don't have a Hennessy system. You dig what I'm
Endocannabinoid.
saying? We got an endocannabinoid system that's connected to this plant. And all these years, so when they decriminalized that, what the brother Blue Pill told you, when Dirty Harry did his thing, when they took it out the game, everybody fell asleep about CBD. They didn't understand what the CBD was until the little girl Charlotte. It was a little baby named Charlotte. Y'all remember Charlotte, right?
Right.
Little baby in Denver, Colorado, man. This little baby was having
Seizures.
300 seizures a week. 300 a week. I mean,
Imagine that.
she, you know what I'm saying? They was gonna put her on life support.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like, you know, because they didn't know
Slow
what
her
to do.
brain down. Yeah.
Slow her brain down. You dig what I'm saying? And these brothers, man, the Stanley brothers out there, and there was some growers. They had what we would consider to be some
Bat.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Bat.
They had something they couldn't sell. They couldn't sell. People weren't getting high off the weed. They couldn't understand it. So they was like, they didn't want to throw it away. So they extracted the oil from it, which was high in CBD. Somehow, baby Charlotte's mother found out about this oil. They gave it to her. The baby went from having 300 seizures a week to one.
Uno.
That was just off of one dose.
One dose.
Uno.
Off of one dose.
One dose.
So that triggered a whole, that's just around 2013, 2014, you know what I'm saying? That triggered a whole crazy stampede of people going out to Colorado, quitting their jobs.
Spiking the real estate market.
That's when we might have heard about it on the news and
Because
stuff.
people had to get access to this oil. But the crazy thing is, they could not study this because it was a Schedule I drug at the time. So the 2014 Farm Bill made it legal for them to study it. You dig what I'm saying? Once they got their data, the 2018 Farm Bill made it legal for them to make money off it. So now you see a $20 billion industry blowing up right in front of your eyes while people sitting on the couch and not even seeing what's going on. The CBD is crazy. It's very important to the body. You dig what I'm saying? CBD can end the opioid epidemic in America.
Instantly.
Facts.
We do it every day. We touch people in pain every day, man. We hit them with that CBD.
Every day. Chase it away. And under seconds.
Pain dip out.
You know what I'm saying?
Pain dip out on them, man. It's
And,
crazy.
You know, like like telling this story, we was in church. We went to an entrepreneur day at church. And, you know, the congregants was inside. They got an hour of feel-goodism. Feel-goodism was all the way up.
All the way
You
up.
know what I'm saying? They came outside on their tippy toes. You know, they was totally spun. But the older women still had pain. You know, they still had things that was going on in their body that was unaddressed, that their prayers was not answered as of yet. But before they hit that door and we reached them and put some of that CBD on them, by the time they hit that door, you feel me? They was upright. You dig what I'm saying? Without pain. And we said, you know, we do this in the Lord's name, chalk it up to
It was
God's
a God's
miracle
dream.
plan.
It was a
Yeah.
God's dream.
Yeah.
It was a Lord's dream.
You know what I mean? It's that God's miracle plan. So, you know, we just here to spread the good word. That there's actually something that is revolutionary in our time, in our lifetime. The ability to utilize a plant that has medical support
Medicine.
and research, right? And allow it to be the medicine that it has always been, it's always intended to be. I mean, I know the Savior's doing backflips wherever he's at. And he would not have blinked twice at the opportunity to utilize the medical research,
Indeed.
you know, behind this to establish the fact that even hemp is regarded and looked at as food, clothing, and shelter. It is our reparations in real time.
Yeah, man. Farmers out here, you know, farmers out here, I'm seeing farmers getting $60,000 per acre. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you got a 5-acre farm somewhere. You dig what I'm saying? Your family start to grow this plant. Just off the CBD alone, you can make that type of money. Not to mention, the brother talked about shelter. You can take the waste material from the plant and make what's called hempcrete. A building material that's way more stronger, way more durable than any material we got out of. It's
Fire-resistant.
fireproof,
Yep.
fire resistance, termite proof. It'll last 1,000
and
years.
it breathes. It's alive.
It breathes. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
That's one thing.
'Cause it's made of the earth.
We ain't talk about the fabrics. You dig what I'm saying? Hemp,
Textiles, yeah.
yo, the hemp,
know,
the
revolutionary.
Constitution. You know what I'm saying? The first Bibles, the first books. When you go back to
First
ancient
flag.
Kemet,
Look,
all that was
there's
made
a
of hemp.
10,000 year history that we have symbiotic relationship with this plant, whose real origins actually took place in Africa, right? And it comes under the energy of an entity of a deity called Shemshamat, otherwise known as Sheshet, and Kemet, who is the goddess of creativity and writing. You know, hence the fact that all of your favorite songs that you can speak of, you know, to know of, have been influenced by somebody underneath that leaf.
Speak on it.
You dig what I'm saying? So there is all sorts of historical information that date back to it being so important to sacraments, to religious rites and passages and things of that nature. Like there's so much more to learn about this plant. And there's a financial barrier of entry in the industry, but I'm also finding that one of the main things we have to overcome is the information and education barrier.
Key.
You know what I'm saying? As it applies to this plant.
Key.
So that's what we're out here just informing people what the good news is, once again, you know, what the information of the day is, and the availability for you to participate in real time. You can go to www.hemp4victory2020.com, and you also can participate. We could put these chips together and make something monumental happen during our next Smoke and Grow Rich demonstration, which will take place
Vegas.
in Vegas. Jackpot.
Vegas.
Give them the info.
So, April 18th, 19th,
And the 20th.
20th was 420, you know what I'm saying? But April, we got a Smoke and Grow Rich tour in Las Vegas. You dig what I'm saying? So
Second annual.
Second annual. Come on a tour. This for people who want to learn the business. This is not a come get blowed. You know, this is not a party trip. You know what I'm
not to
saying?
get laid.
This is for
It's not a vacation. It's not a vacation.
This is people don't want to learn the game. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna take you. We're gonna let you see how a dispensary supposed to look. You know what I'm saying? How a dispensary operates. We're gonna let you see how a growth facility is supposed to look. The rules and regulations of that. You know what I'm saying? This is not a trap. You dig what I'm saying? You're gonna see how that look. You're gonna see how an extraction lab looks. You're gonna be able to talk to people that's in the business that can help you get you set up if you want to get into that. If you don't learn it, if you want to learn how to rock with the CBD, this industrial hemp, you get to talk to some people that can tell you how to take that land that you got. Got a piece of land down in the south somewhere. You might got Nana got some land. Y'all ain't paid the taxes on it. Just sitting in there and making you no money. You want to take that land and turn it into an income producing property. We'll show you how to do all that. All on the Smoke and Grow Rich tour. We got special pricing coming up since this 2020. This is normally a $30,000 trip. Facts, you know what I'm saying? So we got tickets on sale. They 2020. It's tax time. Ain't really no excuse. Come on the trip. You know what I'm saying? And learn the business, man. This is just you can't. I mean, I don't even know. I can't even express.
It's not enough of our people in it. That's what we need to express.
True story. True
That's what we need to
story.
express.
We was on a reconnaissance mission, just to see what's going on out here in the game. So me and the brother Blue Pill, we went to a conference in Atlanta, Georgia, to learn to see what was going on in the cannabis space. We're sitting around through this conference. First of all, we paid a stack just to sit there and talk, just to hear what they got to say. At the end of this, they say, hey, look, y'all want to really get deep, y'all want to get busy, we'll take y'all on our own tour, show y'all the same things that we about to show y'all, you know what I'm saying, fly out to California, but it's going to cost you 30 racks. Facts. I looked at Blue, I'm like, damn, Blue, are we beating ourselves? What are we doing?
They wanted 30 racks ahead.
30 racks. 30
ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
ahead.
And they was
got
negotiation. Yeah, they was scaling with people all the way down to 10. But they wasn't going underneath that, and they wasn't showing them 3/4 of what we about to show them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and the value is never a situation where those people got access and entry to the fields in which they have a level of interest in. They still gonna be at the door knocking.
Yep.
You feel me? So it's an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm not gonna spend too much time trying to over-convince you.
Yeah, we not. Yeah.
To be ignorant of this particular situation has afforded us a hefty price, because many bodies are sitting up in non-criminalized situations doing time for this plant. And these people is out here making billions of dollars, knowing damn well that the only reason that they suppress the access and availability to this plant is because they cannot compete with nature.
Exactly.
They couldn't rival nature, so they started playing God for 80 years with the pharmaceutical/chemical industry, right? They was pretty much kickstarted and hyper boomed by DuPont and them. And look at all of the ravishes that they have created by attempting to play God for these last 80 years. They've destroyed Big Mama and Mama Earth.
You gotta look at the economic impact though. Look at the real economic impact this guy had. Right now, I'm puffing on this right here. I know it look like I've been blowing on L's all day, but nah, man, this is CBD, man. This is high quality CBD that's grown by a black farmer. You dig what I'm saying? So this right here is gonna put food on people's table. Like right now in North Carolina, a pound of some really good CBD herb will carry you anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a pound. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine you got a greenhouse in the back of your crib, a 30 by 100 greenhouse. You growing 300 plants, and you getting 2 pounds a plant. That's 600 pounds times $500. You do the math, and you're doing that 3 times a year. You understand the economic impact of this plant? You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. While we sitting, this is all we trying to do, man. We trying to let you know, man, it's a different type of game going on out here. You dig what I'm saying? This right here, this plant, this is your reparations. You dig what I'm saying? When they gave us 40 acres, they did give us the 40 acres. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. I understand the game. I'm from the Chuck. I'm a Geechee. You know what I'm saying? I understand the game. They give us to us. They give that to us. Our ancestors wanted land. They ain't wanted no cat. They wanted the bread. They want land because what you think they was gonna grow with that land? Hemp was gonna be one of the major crops. We understood the economic impact of a plant like that. You dig what I'm saying? So we need to be utilizing the land that we have. If you ain't got no land, start going get you some land. It's grow season right now, 2020. Go get you a license. Come to North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? We got plenty of land down there. Georgia, all these different states about to open now. Florida, New York wide open. You can throw it on your rooftop. You can throw some
25,000 industrial usages. And when we get our hands on it, it's gonna be 250,000 uses. You know what I'm saying? So again, we out here, we in the elements, giving you some real-time information.
BC.
Right? And this is BC time. Remember, it's before Corona. So, you know, I expect the endocannabinoid system to play a very vital part in defeating the coronavirus. I'm making my predictions. Come out to Shasta with us, March 19th to 23rd, so we can really show you off-grid living, all right? How you can survive outside of the city and take your necessary detox before it's forced on you. You dig what I'm saying? You need to learn how to go back to the land, how to forage food for yourself, how to create fire, how to do the regular Boys and Girl Scout shit that many of our babies, they all that skip past.
They're missing it.
They on the video games, you know what I'm saying?
Basics.
They know how to run down on the op, but they don't know how to, you know, spark a...
Plant some squash.
Yeah, plant some squash. So, you know, these are vital skills that we need to learn. They're talking about, you know, coronavirus. I don't think a forced quarantine in the major cities, I don't think that's gonna end up looking very good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just me.
Leave your contact info, man. So they can reach out for more information, because it's starting, I don't know if it's rain. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, ShastaMeditation.com, at Blue Pillar. That's on 44 on IG, Blue Pillar 44 at Gmail. Goldwater.com for that new smart moss. We got the CBD Lion's Mane Sea Moss.
Smoke and Grow Rich Tours.com. Instagram at Smoke and Grow Rich. Excuse me. Yeah, it hit different. It hit different. You know what I'm saying? It's more about, but anyway, yeah. Instagram at Smoke and Grow Rich Tours. I'm Tariq Bey. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get. You can follow. You can follow. Follow this one, man. You know what I'm saying? He with us, he up on the tour. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check us out. And like I said, man, the tour's coming up April 18th. Make sure y'all check it out. Sign up for it. And we hope to see you in Vegas, man. We'll break this whole cannabis game down to you.
Peace, family.
Peace.
I came from the bottom, oh yeah, and I don't wanna see it again. Oh, I came from the bottom, never looking down as I ascend. I came from the bottom, oh, I don't wanna see it again. Oh, I came from the bottom, oh yeah. I came from the bottom, breaking through the sea.